All right, so let's get to, the hot stuff now. It's the time you could learn proper pronunciations. Let me bring in Willis. How are you doing tonight? We've missed you on air. It has been 2 weeks of a break, but now we're back. How have you been? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Betty. It's been a great break, and when you have a break, remember that it refreshes the mind. And before even I talk to you much, Betty, I have a special salute to all those people who give education like Mount Kigali University.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Willis. And you know what? Today I saw the list, and the words are really, really confusing. So I want us to start with the ones that I have before we get to the ones that, of course, umepata pale kwa mtandao. So this one, let me spell it out because I'm also not sure of the spelling. So it's SUCCUMB. Willis, hiyo kitu tunasomaje?
Oh, Betty, what we should avoid is saying succumb. Succumb, no, because the B at the end of that word is silent. You say succumb, to succumb, not succumb.
Okay, that's interesting. So if it's the past tense, you say he succumbed, right? So it's not succumbed.
Yes, succumbed, not succumbed. Many people innocently say succumbed, even with a punch, without knowing that it is wrong. You say succumb, and the past tense, or the past participle, succumbed. Succumbed, not succumbed.
Got you, Willis. Thank you for that. I was not sure, and I was wrong in the way I thought it was being pronounced.
It happens, Betty. It happens.
All right. Moving on to this other one. So do we say there were damning allegations, or is that N silent, Willis? D-A-M-N-I-N-G.
Damning.
Damning.
Damning, not damning. As you correctly put it, the N is silent, not pronounced. So you say damning report, not a damning report.
Okay, damning it is. Willis, moving to this other one, I think it sounds simple, but I'm sure it is going to be a surprise. So this one is Tricycle. Willis, how do we go about that one? Is it tricycle, tricycle? How do we go about that one?
Betty, that is a tricky word. You say tricycle, tricycle, just like we say bicycle for that which has 2 wheels, but the one with 3 wheels, you say tricycle, not tricycle, and not what any other person may come up with. I'm talking about the standard English pronunciations. Tricycle. Got you.
Thank you for that. And also, before I let you talk to us about your words, there's this other word I've heard the president mentioning today, saboteurs or saboteurs. You know, people who want to sabotage your efforts or something. How do we go about that?
Betty, when we come to what we call RP, that is received pronunciation, which means the standard form of the British pronunciation that is acceptable and depending on the educated speech. Betty, you say saboteur.
Saboteur.
Saboteur, the saboteurs. But remember, you can also say tour, just like rapporteur, rapporteur, and rapporteur. Entrepreneur, entrepreneur, and entrepreneur or antro.
Okay. I know that one was a confusing one last year. All right, Willis, that is it from me. Maybe you can take us through what you have for us tonight.
Well, I'll handle them a bit fast for tonight to cover because many people sent in words. If I leave or if I have ever left out a word from somebody, maybe you can be keen as at now to hear what we have for you. We have Brian Odeo of Eldoret. You say timbre when you talk about that quality of sound. Timbre, not timber. Timber is for wood. Timbre with B-R-E, you say timbre, timbre, not timber. Then your second word, you say suite. Presidential suite, not suit. Then James Mushiri, you say come-uppance, come-uppance. Pamela Nelima of Bungoma, you say accent, accent, not accent. So and so's accent, not accent. Then we have at Koskei Kipketer, you say cucumber. Cucumber, not shoshomba. You say cucumber. Then you say triumph. Betty, you must have heard of shoshomba.
Shoshomba. Okay, Willis, let me be honest. I have not heard that one. But I'm sure you have.
But somebody really surprised me when he told me that somewhere in certain parts of the country, see you and see you takes the sounding sho-sho. Sho-sho. So some people innocently mistake it to be shoshomba, but that is not the pronunciation. When you come to the English orthography and phonology, it's a different deal in that case. Now, we have Lorna Awino of Kisumu. You say sincere, but that noun form is sincerity, not sincerity. Many people say sincerity, but that is inaccurate. You say sincerity. Wakili Jesse Kihoro. Wakili Jesse Kihoro of Juja Kiambu, you say excerpt as the noun, excerpt. But then you can say excerpt as a verb. Remember, when it is a verb, you can also say excerpt with the stress at the onset. But the best way to handle it, you say excerpt as a verb, but as a noun, you say excerpt. Now, we have Nelly Blessings Matuka Nyariki. Nelly Blessings Matuka Nyariki of Camel Vale. If you like, you can say Camel Vale. That is C-A-R-M-E-L-V-A-L-E. Camel Vale Catholic School in Nairobi. You say Donholm. Donholm. Blessings, you say Donholm, not Donholm. That H is not articulated or pronounced. Then you say crayon, not crayon. Betty, were you ever told about crayon when you were young? Crayon. Where's your crayon? But that is wrong. Okay. You say crayon, and you don't say Donholm. You say Donholm.
Oh, really?
Anyway, Nathan or Nathan, I'm telling you, Betty, let English be English. That is, we have to follow the pronunciation, or that is the rules that guide the pronunciation. The H in that name is not pronounced. You say Donholm.
Not Donholm.
Not Donholm. And remember, you also say Eastleigh, not Eastleigh. Eastleigh, not Eastleigh. You also say Windsor. Windsor, not Windsor. We are learning, Betty. Now, we have started 2025 and we have to get things right, especially those who like correct or accurate pronunciations. Now, we have at firstborn _ KE of Nairobi, you say conqueror. Nathan Ngetich. Locally, we find ourselves saying Nathan, but it's Nathan Ngetich. You can say data, and you can also say data. But now your second word, bankrupt, simply bankrupt. The first one, data or data. Kinyanjui Ngugi, and at Siguna Rawlings, you say silhouette. Betty, this word is very popular on this show.
Yes, a
silhouette,
lot of times.
not silhouette. Silhouette, no. You say silhouette. Then we have Paris Chenge of Kilifi, results. Mwalimu Fred Oganga, you say to err, not to err. To err, well, in American English, you may hear of err, but you say to err is human from Homa Bay County. Victor Mandela, you say lichen, but you can also say lichen. Then lastly, Mary McKenna of Nairobi, you say education or edu. Edu or edu. You can say education, or you can also say education. Then, Betty, I think we can now go straight to that word that they are testing their tongues with before we go to the surprise word. This word, Betty, you say spontaneous. Spontaneous. Not spontaneous, spontaneous, and all that. No. Spontaneous. That which is done without planning, without practicing, or just done naturally. You get that, Betty?
Yes, absolutely.
Great, great. Now, let's go to our surprise word for tonight, Betty. This 2025. When we talk about the hospital for dying people or those who are terminally ill, you don't say hospice. Hospice, no. If you check the phonetic transcription that I have used down here, you'll realize that you say hospice. Hospice. Just like prejudice, not prejudice. Hospice, novice, prejudice.
Okay.
I hope we are learning with everyone who loves this show. Otherwise, if you have something for us, any tricky word on earth, which is English, please just send it in, and every Friday night we'll help you. You can use my X handle, and that is at Willis Ochieng1. Be sure you send to at Willis Ochieng1, the only handle that I use. If not, you can reach out to the lovely and the great Betty M. Kialo, that is at Betty M. Kialo, or you just go to the big place at TV47 News. We'll get it and we'll help you. Betty, it's now back to you.
Thank you very much, Willis. That was such a punchy start to the year. It's like you've been listening to a lot of people talking and you just needed to come back on air and just, tell people the right way to pronounce. So it's not Eastleigh, it's Eastleigh. Nipeleke Eastleigh. And not Donholm. It's not Donholm, it's Donholm. Hey, Willis, he's of course joining us from Kisii County, and of course we appreciate his contribution to the show. So we'll be taking a short commercial break, but tukirudi mzee Matulinga, Dragon mwenyewe, ndo manake ako hapa kwa studio na sisi, na amekuja na machabe hawachanangi hawa watu wawili. So don't go away, we'll be right back.